Welcome back students to our new explanation video today. Today we will be starting the new chapter from your annual syllabus, chapter number 9, measurements. Before we go into the depth of this chapter, before we go into the main concepts in this chapter, you have to know what is measurement. Measurements is actually measuring something with a unit specific to particular measurement. Like we can measurement a capacity in terms of liters, milliliters. We can measure a weight of a person or any object in terms of kilogram or gram, and we can also measure the length of any person or length of any substance or distance of any two places in terms of meter, kilometer or centimeter or anything like that. So basically we use measurements in our daily life in various aspects of our life. In fact, it would not be wrong to say that measurement plays a very important role in our daily life to deal with different situations in different conditions. Suppose if I am stuck in a situation where I need to find the length of this pen, okay, so the length of this pen has some value, okay, because different things have different lengths, and so measuring that particular length of those things becomes sometimes very important to compare both the things when it comes to the length of those two things. So measurement can be of various kinds, can be of length, can be of weight, can be of capacity, anything. So that is why measurement is very important in our daily life, and we come across various aspects in our life. We come across various circumstances in our life where it becomes very important for measuring the things. Today I'll be just giving you the basic concepts among the relationship between the units of measurements. May it be length, may it be weight, may it be capacity. Today we will be understanding what are the various units which are used in measurements and how those units are linked with each other. Okay, so for understanding this, let us see a chart here. Suppose I am drawing a line here from here to here. This is kilo, this is hecto, this is deca, this is SI, this is deci, this is centi, this is milli. Okay, so basically in our daily life or in our various conversions of units of the measurements, we use these different units. Okay, now there is a link between this. See, kilo I could have write here kilogram, but I have written kilo so that it represents not only kilogram but kiloliter as well as kilometer. Okay, so you can take it, this number line, these units are applicable for all capacity, length and weight as well. Okay, so here you will be seeing here one new term is here, SI. SI means standard international unit. Okay, this standard international unit is very important because basically different things are deal with one standard unit which is applicable in every places globally, and so it is very important. Okay, so SI for length it will be, we will be taking here as meter. This is for length. This is for weight it will be gram, and for capacity it will be liter. But one thing I would like to say you that meter is a SI unit of length, no doubt. Liter is a SI unit of capacity, okay, but gram is not the SI unit for weight. For weight, the SI unit will be kilogram. So for only the weight, we have an exception here. That means SI will be behaving only for the length, that is meter, for the capacity liter, but for the weight, it will not be gram, but it is a center. You can say that gram is the center of all the units. Okay, so that is why gram is written here, but the SI unit for weight will be kilogram. Okay, now you see that all the units are interlinked with each other. How they are interlinked? I am just saying you that One thing before I say this, one thing also you have to keep in your mind that whenever you convert any big unit, okay, big unit to small unit, whenever you convert any big unit to small unit, you have to multiply, okay, and whenever you convert small unit to big unit, then you need to divide. So this is also the concept which you need to keep in your mind, okay. Now whenever I am going from kilo to hecto, that means from the biggest unit here is kilo, okay, and the smallest is milli, okay. So that means when I am going from the biggest unit kilo to slight lesser unit hecto, that means from bigger to smaller, it will be multiplied by 10, okay. Similarly from here also multiply by 10, here also multiply by 10, and then here also multiply by 10, and so on, okay. Now but when I come from just from here to this side, that means from milli to centi, it will be divide by 10. So students, you need to keep in your mind this one first. So this is the broad concept which will help you to convert any two units, okay. So when suppose I am giving you an example, you will understand it very nicely. Suppose if my question is 7 kilogram to dash decigram, okay, 7 kilogram to dash decigram. See, when I want to go from kilogram to decigram, okay, may it be gram, because I'm dealing with weight, so I'm writing here, I cannot write kilo actually. I have to write kilogram, I have to write kiloliter or kilometer. Since I'm dealing with weight, I will be writing here kilogram. So I'm going from kilo to deci. That means how many steps are there? 1, 2, 3 and 4. That means I'm going 4 steps for that side. That means which side? From bigger to smaller. So it will be multiplied by 4 zeros along with 1. That means it will be multiplied by 10,000. That means my answer will be 70,000 decigram. So this is how you have to convert. Let us take one more example. If I want to convert from centigram, suppose 800 centimeter, suppose centimeter to dash hectometer, okay, 800 centimeter to dash hectometer. You can see here that I am coming from centi, that means it is here, to hecto. That means how many steps will be there? 1, then 2, then 3 and then 4. 4 steps I am coming from the smaller to bigger. That means the small unit to big unit. It will be divide. So it will be divided by 4 zeros along with 1. That means 10,000. 800 divided by 10,000. So it will be 0.08 hectometer. Okay. So this is your answer, 0.08 hectometer. Why 0.08? I think you have understood it. Though I am saying you 800 divided by 10,000. So if you cut this 2 0, it will be 8 by 100. Since now denominator has 2 zeros, you have to put after the point 2 digits. So 8 is there, it will be written at the last, and before that 1 0 will be placed. And here it will be automatically 1 0 will come. So your answer will be 0.08 hectometer. So student, I hope that now you have understood how will you convert any two unit among these two to any of the other unit. Okay. You sometimes have to divide, sometimes have to multiply depending upon what kind of conversion you are doing. If you are converting from a bigger to smaller, then you have to multiply, and if you are converting from smaller to bigger, then you have to divide. By how much you have to divide, that depends upon the number of steps you are moving on. So this table you have to keep, this chart actually you have to keep in your mind, and the placements you have to keep in your mind, and this is applicable for all three of them, that is capacity, length as well as weight. Now we'll see just few more addition and subtraction of the measurements. Students, now we'll be going through just 1 or 2 examples where we'll see how to add or subtract two different units or two different measurements. Okay, remember one thing students, when you add or subtract of any measurement, you should keep in your mind that try to keep the units of those addends or the subtract, or even when you do the subtraction, in the same unit, so that it is easier for you to add or subtract. And one more thing that you need to keep in your mind, that you cannot add or you cannot or you cannot subtract the measurements belonging to different quantities. Like suppose I cannot add a unit of weight with the unit of length. Okay, weight is something different and it can be added or subtracted with the unit of weight only. Okay, and length can only be added or subtracted with the unit of length only. So basically you cannot add or you cannot subtract two different units of one weight or one length, or one weight or one capacity. You can only add or subtract the units which are belonging to the same physical quantity. Like it can be weight either, or it can be length, or then it can be capacity. So you must keep this in your mind. Let us go through some example here. Let us take an example. 7 kg and suppose 20 gram. Okay, I want to add it with 92 kg and 820 gram. Okay, suppose this is the addition which I want to do here. So what I'll do, I'll just write it here. It's very simple. I think you all aware with this. 7 kg and then I'll write 020 gram. Now you may ask, you may think like, why 3 digits I'm putting here? The 3 digits are being put here because the grams should be represented with 3 units, as 1 kg equals to 1000 gram. So more than 999 gram, it can be converted into kg as well. So whenever it is lesser than 999 gram, then I'll be expressing it with 3 digits here actually. And you can see that here 3 digits are available in gram. So better you will write here 3 digits only, so that it becomes easier for you to add. And then you will be writing here as 92 kg and then 820 gram, and then you add it. It will be 840 gram, and then it will be 99 kg. So your answer will be 99 kg 840 gram. Okay, and it's very easy. You can easily do. Okay, now let us move on to subtraction. Okay, now just if let us take an example with this only. Let us subtract these two numbers only. The smaller one we will be subtracting from the bigger one. As we saw that here, subtract, okay, let the question be like this. Subtract 7 kg to 20 gram from 92 kg 820 gram. So what do you write? We will write the bigger unit first. That means 92 kg 820 gram. Okay, and then minus 7 kg 20 gram, and here 10 I will put for my convenience. Then subtract it. It's very normal, it's very easy. You can easily do this, and it will be added and subtracted here two different units of weight itself, which were expressed in terms of kg and gram both. Okay, so in this way you can add any of the two measurements, any of the two. You can also subtract it. Okay, now we went through the conversion of units today, as different conversion of units of different measurements. Then we saw few addition and subtraction of the measurements. So a standard international system has its own importance globally. It's mainly for the avoiding of the confusion which may arise during research purpose globally, and there must be a standard unit system which every people understand without any kind of confusion. And so it will set up a very easier way for the better communication among different research works which are held in different parts of the country, as well as to establish a very concrete research work with uniform understanding without any kind of confusion. That is why a set of unit should be there which is equally important everywhere and which is equally used everywhere. And so because it becomes easier for understanding and avoiding the confusion. So SI is very important. So students, you have understood the topic of discussion today, which was based on measurements, which this would help you to solve various problems of your exercise properly. Thank you.